So the Journey Together price crash is crazy. Now, I feel like this was maybe somewhat expected, but specifically what is surprising to me are the singles and how much they have really dropped. Now, I've talked about it before. Journey Together is a small set. I think everybody knows that, right? There's only 6 SIRs. And therefore, the prices of the cards were most likely going to be cheaper than other sets because SAR pull rates are just about as hard as other sets. However, there's only 6 SARs, meaning there's going to be more supply of those 6 SARs because there's not as many spread across the set. There's not like 12 SARs like maybe like Surging Sparks. There's only 6. So there's just going to be a lot more quantities of each card. And therefore the prices were not going to be as insane. However, the price drops we are seeing with singles to me is pretty extraordinary because everybody talks about how strong this market is. But it really does go to show something about this space, that supply really does matter. Even if there's a lot of demand, which it seems like there is still a lot of demand for this set, there's just so much supply of some of these cards where prices are, for some of these, are going pretty low, and honestly a lot lower than I really thought. But let's just quickly look at some of the sealed prices and kind of what these are doing. So the enhanced booster box here I think has been more updated, and is the cheaper box now compared to the regular booster box listed. But like I said before, I think they're both the same. They're just, they're different listings, but 99% of the boxes in the United States are enhanced. So yeah, the regular listing is sort of irrelevant. But the enhanced booster box listing is the one we're looking at here. You can see still pretty high sales. We're having around 70 boxes sold every single day. So still, that's pretty good. But they have dropped all the way down to 220, which still, if you consider that these were like 250 on pre-order, I mean, dropping only $30 really isn't that much. So it's not too crazy to see that. I guess this has dropped to 220 because it only dropped $30, which is kind of really nothing. But there is a ton of supply of this. Obviously, it's still, the set's very new. Still people flipping these, whatever. If we go just look through all the supply here, it's going to take, in my opinion, a decent bit of time for this to go up. You can see it does go back up to 230 here. But just if you go through all these pages, like the prices doesn't change. The price does not really change. Like you can go here. We're still in the 230s. Like there's a ton of supply. Okay, like I think you guys get the point here. I'm on the 8th page and we're still at 240s. So this is not going to skyrocket anytime soon. I really think right now what we're seeing, especially with the cards, the single prices, it could possibly maybe slow down the I guess opening of the set, possibly, if there's not a huge, like, super expensive chase card to go for. But obviously you can also make the argument the set is a little bit more fun to open than other sets because you can actually pull stuff. Yeah, that could be a also thing that could affect maybe how fast prices of booster boxes go up if the pull rates are a little bit easier, and hence why the the pull rates aren't easier, but you guys know what I mean. There's just less rarities like SARs, therefore there's just more quantities that could influence the amount of product being bought or opened, depending on I guess however you go about taking with I guess easier in quotes pull rates, because it could entice more people to open more, and also it could also I guess deter people from opening because maybe there's not as big of a chase, they're not as expensive cards, therefore they won't open. But I think personally, in this whole market, it could possibly mean that more people will open the setup. So it's possible sealed prices may go up, but card prices actually may go down. And that's kind of, I guess, how you could see that whole perspective about, I guess the pull rates and how card prices are going down the set. There's a lot more supply of cards, but sealed product may very well still be getting open in large amounts. We are still seeing, strong sales for these. So, yeah, definitely possible this will still continue to go up even though the card prices are going down. But yeah, just moving on from this, a lot of supply just to summarize, and going on to the normal booster box listing. This booster box, even though it doesn't say it, probably enhanced, same thing. There's a lot of supply. Now on this listing, there isn't as much because a lot more people are listing on the enhanced one like they should be doing. But yeah, as you can see here, like this is pretty skewed. Like there's actually not that much comparatively. But yeah, I mean, this is not the real listing because it's not technically enhanced. So I guess this, listing is sort of irrelevant. But moving on to the, Elite Trainer box here, you can see sales for this very consistent, just like the booster box. About 130 are being sold every single day. So still a good amount, but these have dropped all the way down to just $80 flat, which I'm kind of surprised because they were around 83, and I thought they were going to really stay around 83 and 85 around that range. But they've gone all the way down to $80. So these aren't too much more than MSRP. I guess it's still sort of expensive, but it's gone down quite a bit. Now, the more interesting part, and really what I want to get at with this video, the card prices. I was not expecting really the card prices, especially for that Lillie's Clefairy, to really drop this much. But prices have dropped pretty tremendously for this Lillie's Clefairy, which honestly we really have not seen price drops like this for recent sets, Prismatic Evolutions, Surging Sparks. We didn't see massive price drops. We actually saw increases. The Pikachu, it was a $300 card on pre-release. What did it go up to? It went up to like $600 at one point. Now it's around $400. Still very expensive, right? The Umbreon from Prismatic on release, I think it was like $1,300. It went up to $1,600. What is it now? Like $1,400. It's holding very strong. But Lillie's Clefairy, the top chase in Journey Together, has gone all the way down to $200. I was not expecting this in this market. Even though pull rates are easier for each of these cards because there's less rarities of these and there's less cards. I really didn't think this was going to happen, even though it is easier to get these cards. But man, they have dropped tremendously. As you can see here, look at how much they've been selling for. $200 flat. It's pretty crazy. Now, if you're a collector out there, honestly, this is a good thing. Cards aren't as expensive. A lot of people like this card. Even now, might not even be the best time to buy because I honestly think it could continue to drop. From what is it now, 200? Maybe it drops to 150. I could see that happening because there's just so much supply of this card, and the prices just continue to drop because more people are opening the set, a lot more people are listing, and I don't know if there's going to be a turnaround for this card because we have not seen price drops like this for top chases in recent sets. Like I said, I gave examples: the Pikachu SAR from Surging Sparks, the Umbreon. Those did not see these types of drops. But this card has. So I don't know if this is going to turn around or when it's going to turn around. I don't know, but it's been dropping pretty rapidly since the release date, and now it's all the way at $200. You can see though the sales data is pretty high, but still there's just so much supply of this card. And yeah, I just don't really see prices changing all that much. If anything, I see them really going down in the near future. That's just my take, but maybe I'm wrong. But further. Other cards also, not really doing as much of crazy things, but you can see the Salamence here is around the same price. It was around $150, I believe, and now it's at like 130. So pretty much the same price. Not really doing too much here. The End Zoroark, kind of the same thing. It was around 150, a little bit above that, and now it's around 120. So not crazy price drops, but you can see there are some sales for like $100. So just generally overall, all the prices have been going down. But the main one I really wanted to emphasize was the Lillie's Clefairy because that going all the way down to $200 was sort of something I didn't really expect. Now, just overall, just looking at the total set value, you can go back to my previous videos where I talk about Journey Together. I think the last time I showed this was like at 1,300, and at one point I think it was around maybe 14 or 15 or something like that. Now it's at 1,160. I really do believe this is going to go under $1,000 for total set value. Just in my opinion, all these cards have been going down. The Belly Bolt, I think this on pre-order was like $200 or on pre-release. Now it's a $100 card. Hobbs Zacian is now under 100. Some of these cards are still pretty stable. Some of these IRs have been sort of holding their own, and they really haven't done much price-wise. But it's mainly the SARs that have really shown some price drops. Mainly the Clefairy, and I guess these two have also. But and Zoroark and also the Salamence have been holding pretty strong. But yeah, I wonder if we are going to see a turnaround with the Lillie's Clefairy because it is pretty cheap. But we shall find out. It's still very early to tell with any of these prices, but just how things are looking with Journey Together, it just looks like prices are going to drop even further with how many people seemingly are pulling all of these cards. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this set is not going to be crazy expensive compared to maybe like Surging Sparks or Prismatic Evolutions, obviously. But that doesn't mean the sealed prices, like I explained before, can't go up because easier pull rates, people may be more enticed to open stuff up. Even though it seems sometimes that the prices of cards when they're high may correlate to higher sealed product, but obviously you can make the other argument that people won't open sealed product if it's hard to open, or hard to get stuff like Prismatic. There's a bunch of different, I guess, perspectives you can take with, card prices being cheaper and easier pull rates, all these sorts of things with Journey Together, price prices for sealed products. Personally, with me, I think it might actually help because especially in this market where people are sort of tired of these hard pull rates, people actually pulling what they want may actually make people want to open more of this stuff up. So that's just my take on Journey Together and sort of another update on everything going on. The price crash to me is pretty insane with the Lillie's Clefairy. Was not expecting it to go this low to $200, but it has done that. So we will see if this continues to go down further in the future. But that's all I have to share today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments below if you did pull the Lillie's Clefairy or any of these cards. Did you sell as soon as you pull it, or did you just hold on to it? Let me know what you guys did if you pulled any of these cards. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.